Let's do a full face of my Sephora must-haves that are brown skin approved and some honorable mentions. Now, full disclaimer, I don't really shop at Sephora much anymore ever since I simplified my makeup routine into a simple palette like this. But as a pro makeup artist, there are some must-haves that I've had in my kit for a while, products that I absolutely love. These aren't just viral products, but the main thing that I do buy a lot of at Sephora is definitely skincare. So let's start off first with my go-to skin prep essentials. This is the First Aid Beauty Radiance facial pads. Has glycolic acid and lactic acid to help gently exfoliate the skin. I love using this before makeup to help get rid of any dead skin, help give a nice beautiful glow, and help your makeup apply like butter. For me, I personally don't do a lot with my skin prep. I have oily combination skin that's pretty acne prone, so I find that the less I do, the longer and better my makeup looks. And especially now that we're entering summer, look at how disgusting. Ugh. I definitely needed to exfoliate my face, which, quick little honorable mention, the Dermalogica Daily Micro Exfoliant. I use this 2 or 3 times a week just because I find that when I used it every single day, it was a little bit too much for me. Definitely play with it as you will, but you just pour some into your hand, emulsify it. You can even make this into a mask. I haven't done that yet, but this is definitely worth every single penny. Now, usually I don't go into toner for my skin prep, but every now and then when my face is feeling a little bit dry, I'll definitely go into toner. And this one, you've probably seen it. She's super hyped, but it's for a good reason. I've been using this way before it went super viral. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow BHA PHA Pore Tightening Toner. If you struggle with large pores, using this before your makeup is gonna be amazing. Super hydrating. You can use it with your hands, use it with your fingers. You can see my pores right here up close and personal. I just like to massage it in with my hands, really focusing on my pores. Whenever I want a little bit of an extra glow, I'll go in with the Superfood Skin Drip Smooth and Glow Serum from Youth to the People. I'll use it today just to show you how gorgeous this is, but what I love is that this isn't super greasy and it works really well for my more oily combination skin while still giving me that beautiful glow. One thing that you should know is that as you get older, you're gonna want that youthful glow because you're gonna start losing that. So this basically is giving you that youthful glow in a bottle, and it just absorbs right into the skin. Look at that gorgeous glow. It gives that glass skin effect. I'm obsessed with this. For moisturizer, I love using a water-based moisturizer, and this one is no exception. Again, from Youth to the People, this is the Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream, and I was really nervous that this was gonna be too heavy, but it's actually super duper lightweight. It feels so refreshing, so hydrating, so cooling on the face. It really just locks in the moisture and it wears beautifully underneath makeup. I find that my makeup lasts longer when I wear this. I used to do SPF underneath my makeup, but I was finding that SPF is actually breaking apart my makeup, so I only wear SPF as a moisturizer when I'm not wearing makeup. You can see how hydrated our skin is looking. Gotta let that dry though completely. A couple more honorable mentions. If you're looking for a good makeup remover, the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. This is absolutely phenomenal. I love the more like liquid oil type because I find that it's just more gentler on the skin. When I'm not wearing makeup, these are definitely my go-to SPFs if you want a little bit of tint. The Supergoop Glow Screen Golden Hour and SPF 40. She looks beautiful on brown skin. For day to day, I really love the Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50. She is super duper hydrating though. In the summer, it may be a little bit too much, but in the winter, my skin absolutely loves it. But this is probably my all-time favorite if I can only choose one. The Innisfree Daily UV Defense Sunscreen SPF 36. They do have a glowy finish, but I believe they are maybe a matte finish too. I find that this actually is not that glowy on my skin, and it's brown skin friendly, which is such a big deal for me. It's hard for me to find a good SPF that doesn't leave that white cast around the mouth. This literally blends in like butter. One thing that I forgot to talk about, if you have large pores, this is definitely a must have. I am not a primer person. This technically is not a primer, it's a serum. The Glow Recipe, it is the Pore Smooth Blur Drops. You want to make sure your skin prep is completely absorbed into the skin. Just apply a little tiny bit just in the areas where you want a little bit more smoothing. I find this does it almost is like how powder feels on the skin. It just helps to tighten up those pores and helps to mattify that area a little bit more so that your pores look a little more diminished. But it's not going to separate makeup, because that's a big thing about me. I don't use makeup primer because it does separate makeup a lot of times. Speaking of primer, this is my ride or die. I've been using this for probably 15 years now. I don't even know. The Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. So it's not the original, it's the anti-aging. I find that it's a little bit more hydrating than the original. So it's going to be really good as almost like an eye cream primer situation. Helps your eyeshadow last really long. I always set my eyeshadow primer with a little bit of powder. This is the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur in the honey shade. I couldn't find the original one, but I like the Ultra Blur better than the original Laura Mercier powder. I find that the original Laura Mercier powder is just a little tiny bit too drying for me. This one helps to give a nice soft glow to the skin without being too dewy. Now for eyeshadow, I don't have that many eyeshadow palettes because again, I've simplified my routine into a custom palette. That's what I prefer. Are a couple of my favorites and some honorable mentions. For sure, if you're looking for an all matte palette, I really think that the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette is worth the hype. I love that it has the 2 creams in here. You can use them as eyeliner, as eyeshadow base, and then you have all of these beautiful mattes in here. It's literally everything that you need. Your cool tones, more neutral tones, warmer tones, a white shade, a cream shade, a black shade that is so freaking pigmented. Literally matches my shirt. So another eyeshadow palette that you should definitely get, because I think this might get discontinued soon, is the Huda Beauty Empowered. I really love her formulas. She always came out with the coolest formulas. Again, you have 2 creams in here, these unique formulas, and these are just so pigmented, especially like the metallic shades. So if you're wanting to try one out, this one I think is the most versatile of them all. But today we're going to use the nude medium because I wanted to do more of a springy look, and I think that this is absolutely gorgeous. Has more of your pinkier tones, which I absolutely love when it comes to eyeshadow. And I love how pigmented these are and how well they blend, and they don't have a lot of fallout, which is really nice. I think these are the perfect shades for every day, and that will complement every eye color so well because you have your warm tones here for your blue eyes, you have your more pinkier tones and purple tones for your green eyes, and then all of these tones just look gorgeous on brown eyes. Technically, these aren't in my color season, but I like how these colors look on me. So I'm going to wear them because I don't care. And you can see how they just blend out so easily. And I love the shimmers in here too, but I really love the Patrick Ta Eye Illusion eyeshadow duos. I know everyone was hooting and hollering over these when they first launched in Christmas, but they are so worth it. They're just absolutely gorgeous and such a great way to glam up your eyeshadow look without really doing too much. I like to do mattes underneath and then do this on top. Look at how gorgeous this is. This is in the shade Talk to My Team, probably my favorite. If I could only pick one, I would definitely pick this one because I just like how unique it is and how versatile it is too. You have the lighter shade that will really make the eyes pop. Now for eyeliner, I didn't really have too many eyeliners because I don't really wear eyeliner that much anymore, but one that I really love that I was really impressed with is the One Size Beauty Point Made Busty Brown. I love how easy it is to apply eyeliner, and I love the color of this. It's more of a warmer brown versus a deep brown, which I really like for the soft effect. It's just so easy to create a wing with it. I haven't tried their black version yet, but I definitely might pick that up during the sale. I believe it's waterproof too. You can see how quickly I was able to create a wing, which if I'm ever going to do a wing eyeliner, she needs to be quick, because I ain't got time for that. For brow gel, I have 2 favorites that are a non-negotiable. If you want a good tinted one, the Kosas Air Brow Gel is phenomenal. I use mine in the shade Dark Brown. I love how it's not super goopy, it's not super flaky, and it's easy to control too. You can use it to add color on the tip of your brows and shape the brows really easily. Really love for clear brow gel the ABH Brow Freeze. I thought that this was just going to be overhyped, but I really just love the applicator because you have this small little teeth that's going to help you to really get into those brows, and then you have the larger teeth that's going to help to separate. You are someone who maybe has really curly, unruly brows like me, you can use the flat side to help flatten out your brows too. So you can really get that laminated brow effect. And I love that this isn't crunchy or crispy. There some brow gels would be too goopy or waxy, or they'll be kind of crunchy and crispy, and this one is not. Now with mascaras, this is probably the one thing that I definitely will buy on Sephora because there are so many good ones out there, and I love a good high-end mascara because I definitely think that the formula just gives you more of a natural, luxurious effect versus the drugstore ones. Yes, there are a lot of drugstore options, but sometimes they can look a little cheap. I do have a couple that I really love, but a combo that I don't hear anybody talking about that needs to be talked about is this one right here. This is the Too Faced This is a primer, black primer. You can use this alone as your mascara. I like to use this for really voluminous lashes. A black formula, you use the little curved side to curl your lashes, then you can use the spiky side to help separate the lashes a little bit more, give you some nice lift. But you put this underneath the One Size Beauty Anticize mascara. I was kind of skeptical on this. It reminds me a lot of the CoverGirl mascara. It is a little bit more of a drier formula, which I really love, but this combination literally makes it look like I have false lashes on. So I thought that I would put you on, because if you're looking for a good volumizing mascara that looks like false lashes, this is definitely it. A couple of other quick honorable mentions. Pat McGrath Labs Dark Stars Mascara. If you're looking for a good pitch black mascara, this is it. The YSL Lash Clash. You want a really good volumizing mascara. The Patrick Ta Major Dimensions Eyes. This is going to give a little bit more of a natural volume that I don't hear anybody ever talking about. And this one, it's an old packaging, but it's a brand new fresh tube that I just opened. The Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill Volumizing Mascara. I have to show you a video on this. It is so good. I don't use a lot of complexion products because, again, I'm a cream makeup kind of girly, and ever since I've simplified my routine, I don't really reach for a lot of foundations out there because liquid foundations have always broken me out. But I really have been loving the skin tints, which is basically just another word for tinted moisturizer. One that is so up to the hype that I absolutely love, Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I use the shade number 5. Absolutely love this. Now, technically speaking, I think this is expired. Technically speaking, this is not a skin tint. This is a makeup base to give you that glowy finish, but a lot of people like to use this as a quick little glowy base. It does have a little bit of a tint to it, so if that is what you're looking for, definitely give it a shot. I like the golden glow that it gives, something that recently I could not believe how good was. Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I got mine in the shade number 9, and this literally is like my skin in a bottle. It is so gorgeous, lasts so long. I had no issues with my makeup not lasting because I was nervous that this wasn't going to be a good fit for me because of the fact that it is glowy. But look at that. It literally melts into the skin, gives such great coverage, and it does have a little bit of that tacky feel, which I don't hate. Technically speaking, this is supposed to be light coverage, but I find that this gives pretty medium coverage. It does a better job at covering than the Charlotte Tilbury, but I also think it's because of the color difference. There we have the Charlotte Tilbury. So they both do give a little bit of coverage, but I do think I like the Milk a little bit more. Now for concealer, I don't really have any that I love from Sephora right now, because again, I'm a cream makeup kind of girl, so that's what I use. One that I recently tried out and I really liked, I just think I need to get a different color because this one's a little bit too dark. This is the LYS N6. This is the Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. I find that if you're going to use a concealer, you need something that's going to be your skin tone shade first before you put anything brightening. We're going to brighten with our powder. Use the Rare Beauty concealer brush. I don't know what the name of this is, but I do like it because it does do a really great job at getting in those hard to reach areas. I like it because even though it says full coverage, I don't really think that it's full coverage. I kind of think it's medium full coverage that's kind of buildable, but I like how lightweight it is. It feels really nice and creamy, and it doesn't dry out my under eyes because I'm very picky about concealers drying out my under eyes. I'm not a fan of the Tarte Shape Tape. It's a little bit too drying for me. I think this is a contour stick. This is the No Limits LYS shade Harmony. It is a little bit on the warmer side, but I actually really like it. It's super duper creamy, gives a more natural finish, and I definitely think that it's worth the hype for sure. You can see how that just blends into my skin like butter. Really good for more of a bold contour, but for an everyday contour, this shade Harmony, I just love how it blends out so nicely. We're looking a little dark. We definitely need some brightness on our face. Run, do not walk to get these. These are so worth the hype. I don't know how Huda Beauty did it, but these are the blush filters. I have the bronzer shade in the shade Latte, and then I have a regular one in the shade Strawberries and Cream. I really, really love this more pinky brownish color. I was kind of nervous because I did not like the Rare Beauty liquid blush, but this, watch how it literally blends into my skin. I love that this is a pinky brownie nude color. Look at how gorgeous that is. This is gonna be beautiful in the summer. This is gonna be beautiful in the fall, and it literally just blends out like butter. I could probably close my eyes and blend it out because it is so easy to blend, so good. But I am a pink blush girl, so this is the shade Strawberry Cream. You don't need very much with it either, but I like it because even if you do go blush blind with it, is so natural and subtle looking and just so easy on the skin. Look at that glow. Really do not have a lot of blushes that I love from Sephora, but this is definitely one that is worth the hype, especially a liquid blush. I am not a liquid blush girl. I'm a cream blush girl, and this lives up to the hype. Which, speaking of blush, another blush that is also worth the hype, the Patrick Ta blushes. This was my first love when it came to cream blushes. This is in the shade She's the Moment. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're looking for a good coral that's gonna look great on brown skin, this is it. You put the powder first, the cream on top, and I love that it has this little thing right here. I'm gonna set my face with the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur. Maybe this will give me a little bit of some brighteningness that we need on our face. Looks a little crazy right now because we've not set our face, but powder really does change the face. So I'm just going to apply that. Look at how gorgeous the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur is. So nice. I like doing a translucent setting powder to set my face, and then I'll use a tinted setting powder to brighten my face. See how this is still keeping that glow on the skin? It is so gorgeous. And even though it has a little bit of that yellow tint, I find it's not too yellow, like a banana powder or anything like that. It's just so finely milled. And if you also hate the original, you should try the Ultra Blur. It is just so good. Look at this. It looks like a literal filter. Now, I still want a little bit of a brightened effect. So, of course, we're gonna go into the Huda Beauty Big Birthday Cake Powder. Now, this is not for everybody. This is for my brown skin girls only. You have to be like my skin color. If you're lighter than me, use Cherry Blossom if you want a pink setting powder. Might be too pink for you, but this, I was very impressed. First of all, I'm impressed by the fact that I don't even have to tap off the excess. It is so finely milled and gives me a nice brightened effect and literally looks like a filter. It is definitely more mattifying than the Laura Mercier powder, but I don't like using this all over my face. I like to just use it underneath the eyes to brighten and along my jawline to give me a chiseled effect. Look at this compared to this. And it melts into the skin. It's meant for tan skin, tan neutral skin, and it is gorgeous. I also tried her pound cake color, and I was really impressed with that one too. So that one definitely was a little bit more brightening for me. Kind of turned a little ashy on some places, so I love the fact that this has that pink undertone because I do have a cooler undertone. The ultimate filter finish, this right here. We've done our skin prep, we've done our eyes, we've done our complexion. Now it's time for the finishing touches. The biggest thing that I buy at Sephora besides mascara and powder are lip products. I am a lip junkie. I always have been. Absolutely love a good lip combo. So let's talk about some of my non-negotiables. Before we get into that, I want to talk about two setting sprays that I absolutely love. Number one, this one is not talked about enough. This is the LYS Natural Finish Skin Loyalty Blur Mattifying Setting Makeup Mist. I live in Florida. It is hot as heck here, and I absolutely love this setting spray. It's so lightweight. The mist is phenomenal. You want to shake it up really nicely, spray it onto the face, and I like it because it doesn't make my makeup look more glowy. It just melts all the powder into the skin and gives me a nice soft natural matte finish. For me, for day-to-day, this is just enough. For someone, this is the setting spray I only use on special occasions. Especially as a pro makeup artist, this lives in my pro makeup artist kit. I have a large size in there. This is my personal one. So this is the One Size Beauty Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. You know that this is literally hairspray for your face. I'm not kidding. Comes out like hairspray. Literally will mattify your skin. So if you are on the dry side, use a hydrating mist first, then put this on top. It will make your makeup completely transfer proof. It is phenomenal. This stuff, it is so good. For lips, I do have a couple of favorites. I don't think they sell one of these products at Sephora anymore, but this combo is so good. I got these two as my birthday little gift at Sephora, and I was actually really shocked that this was gonna work on me because it's so hard for me to find a good mauve lip liner as a brown girl. This is the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede in the shade Rich Mauve. So not mauve, rich mauve. It is the perfect pinky nude color. Then I pair that with the Huda Beauty lip blush in the shade Rosy Kiss. This is the product that I don't think they have it on the Sephora website anymore, but they should because it is so good. They do have it on the Huda Beauty website though. And then I top that with the Makeup by Mario Rosewood Glow. I love these little glowy lip balm things. This is a perfect nude lip combo. Obsessed. Lip combo number two. This is my go-to baddie lip combo, if you will. Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk Intense number 4. It is a brown. It's kind of like MAC Chestnut, but a little bit warmer. Then putting the 3 Intense lipstick on. This is the perfect pinky brown color. It looks a little bit dark, but trust the process. Then we're gonna go into the Lawless Forget the Filler Glazed Lip Gloss. I love these lip glosses so much, but this color in particular, it'll lighten up this lip combo and just pretend that I have like a non-pink eye, but even that, I feel like it works so well. Now for lip combo number 3, this one is super duper simple. This is the Rare Beauty lip liner in the shade Gifted, I believe. It is like a pinky brown color. It is so pretty. I love this for brown skin. And then of course, the Fenty Beauty Fussy Lip Gloss. This is so freaking good. This is a really good everyday nude lip combo. A little bit of definition. Always do a brown lip liner and put a gloss on top, but this is the perfect pinky nude and it looks so good on not only brown skin but just anybody. This is just perfection. Last but not least, we have the Rare Beauty Wise lip liner. So this is a little bit more on the brown side. If you want like brown nude lip combo, this is it right here. And then go in with the YSL Love Shine in the shade 202, a brownie pinky nude. This one's a really good nude color, and for me, because I am a deep winter, pinks look best on me. When I go too brown, too warm, it kind of looks orange. So this is like perfect nude lip, and it goes well with this eye look too. And I don't know about you, I always need more blush whenever I put on lipstick. Literally, this stuff just melts like butter. And I forgot one more finishing touch product, or sorry, my last 2 finishing touch products. I cannot live without these. These are so good. This is the Yummy Skin Universal from Danessa Myricks. I don't know what sorcery is in here. Scoop it out if you want to, if you're using this in your kit or something like that. But I just use my fingers because it's mine. And this just gives that soft filter skin, helps to absorb any excess oil, makes the skin look like skin again. I absolutely love this so much. And then the Rare Beauty highlighters, you already know this is in the shade Flaunt. Absolutely gorgeous. This formula, if you've not tried these before, hello. This is a brown girl's dream. I thought it was gonna be too dark at first, but it is like the perfect rose gold champagne, I don't even know. Reminds me a little bit of the Amrezy, but it's a little bit darker, which is perfect for brown skin. And this is literally, look at how my makeup comes to life. And I don't care if nose highlight and inner corner highlight are not in anymore. For me, it will always be in. And last little finishing touch, forgot about this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. I've heard mixed reviews about this, but I really like it. It's a powder cream formula, and I like to just use it as a natural eyeliner. Look at the difference between the 2 eyes. Just take a small little brush, run that across your lower lash line, natural eyeliner finish without being too intense. And there we have it. 4 parts to go through all of my Sephora must-haves. Let me know what some of your favorites are down below, or if there's any viral makeup products out there that you want me to test out for my must or bust makeup series. Definitely let me know, because I'd be more than glad to put them to the test for you so that you don't have to waste your money.